Okay, chat, here we go. So what do we want to do? We actually want to take this matrix 2, negative 1, 0, negative 1, 2. I fell into your troll SPQ. I said K one too many times. I'm gonna get banned on Twitch now. So we need to write this as a triangular matrix. Let's just call this something else. I don't like the labels here. Let's just call it A, B, C, D, E, F. And I know that I need to decompose this into something that's also upper triangular as well. And it's going to be the transpose of this, isn't it? So we need A, B, C. I apologize, A, B, D is going to be here. And then we need B. What in the heck? First row, so 0, C, E, and then 0, 0, F. So we should be able to decompose into something that looks like this, right? Maybe it's better if I just do this. I know that this and this multiplied together should give me this entry. So step 1, we know that a squared is equal to 2. And this means that a is going to be equal to the square root of 2. I feel like that's a very natural step 1. Now, the next thing we could do is we could take a look at this multiplication. This multiplication must be equal to this one. So step 2, I'm going to say that AB plus 0 plus 0, so all of that should be equal to negative 1. We already know what A is. A is equal to root 2, so root 2b should be equal to negative 1. B should be equal to negative 1 over root 2. And then I think we just keep going down, right? So the next multiplication we should do should be this one. And that should give us 0. So this multiplication over here should be A times D plus 0 is equal to 0. I already know what A is. A is equal to root 2. And when I divide by root 2, I get that D is equal to 0. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to start just circling some of the information that we do know. So those are our first 3 steps. Should we maybe fill those in? That seems like a thing we could probably do. So we could probably fill in these numbers. So A is equal to root 2. We know that B is equal to negative 1 over root 2. And that D is equal to 0. So that'll free us up a little bit of space in order to keep on keeping on. So next step, what multiplication do we want to do next? Well, we need to solve for C, don't we? So what would be a good multiplication for us to be able to solve for C? We could probably do this multiplication, right?
Problem solved.
Yeah, so that should be a root 2, I think, up there in the upper left corner. So I'm thinking, yeah, we can probably then move into this next multiplication, which would naturally, to me, feel like it should be this one. This should be equal to 2.
Prepare to be iterated.
Hey, El Tioaldo, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Epsilon crew. My name is Penn Center. Right now we're just working on some linear algebra, but generally speaking, we do often quite have a lot of varied mathematical content. So, step number 4, I'm thinking what we need to do is we need to do this multiplication of like negative 1 over root 2 times itself. So we kind of get that squared, and then we're going to get C squared, and then plus 0. This has to be equal to 2, right? Should we do a mathematics hot tub stream? Is that a thing? Is that a thing we should do? I haven't thought about it. I mean, we could make it like if there was interest. We could probably do it. What's 2 minus a half? What's 2 minus a half? That's 3 halves. 3 halves. So C should be... Ooh, these have to be positive, right? Yikes. Root 3 over 2. That's not very nice. I think the entries on the diagonal have to be positive, right? I don't think I can choose the negative root 3 over 2. Okay, so let's fill C in. We know that it's root 3 over root 2. That's so awkward. Because of my calculus background, I don't want to. I want to write root 3 over 2 and not 3 over 2 square root. Okay. So that's step 4. Step 5 must be solving for E, which would be this one, right? Does that work for E? So we get 0 plus E times this awful square root plus 0. And that multiplication should give us this. Is that true? I think that works, right? -1. So guess what? E is equal to -1 over this. Yes, the waterproof calculator. Yeah, waterproof TI, mandatory for those hot tub streams. Okay, so Talos, you're saying that maybe we can rewrite this to make this look nicer. So this is root 3 over root 2. We could multiply by root 2 over root 2, correct? So then we would have root 6 over 2. I'm okay with that. That looks a little bit nicer than what we had. And if we do that, that means over here we can divide by root 6 over 2, and we can simplify E to get -2 over root 6. -2 over root 6. It's such a fun word to say. Okay, so now we have E and C in a little bit of a nicer form. So root 6 over 2. And E we said was -2 over root 6. I'm not going to spend too much time rationalizing that. So the last thing we need to do is figure out F. And so I'm guessing we can probably just do this multiplication to figure out F. So let me just remove some of this stuff that we don't need for some space. Ba-boom. So what were we on? We're on step 6, right? So our last step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, should be to find F. So we multiply, we do 0 times 0. We get -2 over root 6 squared plus F squared should be equal to 2, right? So we get 4 over 6 plus F squared is equal to 2. So 2/3. And that should be 6/3. So we get that F squared is equal to 4/3. And that should imply that F is equal to 2 over root 3. Did we just actually do our first Cholesky decomposition? Did it happen? Did it actually happen? We might have done it, chat. We might have done it. We might have done our first Cholesky we did it. We did it. Oh my god. We got it done. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Let's never do that again. I feel like I need a cigarette after that. Holy Christ.